Thank you, Anthony. That was interesting, but no problem sharing my thoughts. Welcome. Appreciate being here. We're in the middle of owners' meetings, so this might be one of my shortest addresses, which is a good thing because we have the wonderful opportunity of having our owners' meetings during a great ArenaBowl week. Welcome to everybody, but great amount of thank you needs to go to the Voodoo organization, Dan Newman, Doug Harrington, our two great owners who also came away from the owners' meetings to be here, as well. To the great Voodoo staff who have really worked amazingly hard. Special thanks need to go to Wendell Pierce, someone who I didn't know before. I watched some HBO, but I had not watched any of his shows, and the great commitment he has to the community with Sterling Farms, and the great work done by the Voodoo staff and the AFL staff that were out there yesterday in a little bit of warm temperature. Giving out food to 500 families, but Wendell's commitment to the community and partnering with us was a very good thing. We had a lot of our league sponsors also step up. Bourbon Heat from the community here did as well, but Vitae, our presenting sponsor, along with the Sheridan, as well as Net 10, and it's good. Many people need to be thanked. I think it's a misnomer when people think that it's just an easy thing to do to put on a football season. Football season's an awful difficult thing to do, as been shown by a number of other organizations that have tried to start football leagues, have started football leagues, have stopped doing football leagues, but we continued. We had a hiatus a number of years ago. We're our third year back. This was an interesting, if not challenging year. I think the most remarkable thing about that is the fact that we met the challenges. Some were new, some were unique, some were ones that we would prefer not to have in the history book. However, they're necessary. Not all growth is easy. Not all success is easy. If it was easy, anybody could do it. And the leagues that have come and gone would still be here, of course. But we're here this week more than anything in a return to a neutral site. New Orleans is a tremendous city for a lot of reasons, but it's a city that has done a wonderful job over a number of years about welcoming sports events, from basketball to football to other events that range from A to Z. And it's a city where we had two great previous neutral site championships. Contrary to public opinion, it's not the AFL staff that decides where we hold the ArenaBowl. It's an owner's decision. It's a great opportunity for a home team to earn that right to host it, as it was that last year in Arizona, where it was tremendous. Presentation was made to the board about returning to a neutral site, and there's some advantages to that as well. Opportunity for people across the league, fans from all teams, whether their team gets to be in the game or not, get to come to the game. Airfare is more affordable. We've got a great partner in the Sheridan. They do a great job. They were a host hotel before, and we're very pleased that once again they've become a host hotel. It gives that opportunity. It gives an opportunity for our corporate partners, who are very important to us and important to our fans, to be able to schedule events and be part of it. It's difficult, and you can imagine that last year on Monday night, after the Monday night game, we knew where the game was going to be that following Friday. We've known for a bit. It allowed the Voodoo staff, the Voodoo organization, to work really hard, put their efforts into it, allow their season ticket holders to have it as part of their package to attend the championship game, and allow the fans from across the league to do that. And what do we have? We have two fantastic teams. Two teams that worked really hard all season. Philadelphia, who admittedly last year told us that they had the dream team put together and was going to be there. And they disappointed themselves and their fans, and by their own admission, and went out and made sure they put together a team with a coaching staff that was going to be top flight, and it was throughout. Were they unbeaten? No. I liked their shirts, and I smiled when I saw them that said, "We got this," and they're a step closer to having that and a step away, but there's still some work to do, and they know that, and they've been here dedicated to do that. Arizona, they get to return. Think about it. We almost had a return of the two teams that played last year. Arizona has some unfinished business as well. They've got a great team. They do a great job. Great quarterback in Nick, one of our young guns. Dan ArenaBowl as well, a young gun on the other side with Philadelphia. So we've got great players on both sides of the teams here, and that's who we're here to celebrate. In addition, we will announce our next Hall of Fame class, and that's always a great thing to do. We have our 25th Silver Anniversary Gala put on at the Sheraton tomorrow night, where we'll formally announce all our league awards. Some have been coming out each day. Our media department has done a great job at rolling that out with some suspense, and some others will be announced tomorrow, including the Hall of Fame class for the next season. And that's a great thing. It's an important thing. We've got so many people who are deserving, for players, staff, coaches, contributors, and to announce each class is a difficult thing to do, because everybody that's nominated, everybody that's eligible is surely worthy from contributing to our 25 years. And that's remarkable in itself, 25 years. All season we've been wearing a silver pin, silver for this year. Our ball has a silver stripe and silver laces. And that's all commemorative of and in honor of our 25th season. That's remarkable. If you go back in the annals of history and see where the NFL was, the CFL was in their 25th year, it's remarkable to see. It's just that everything that you do today in our 25th year is readily available to be seen by everybody almost instantaneous. And that's a good thing. But that has its challenges as well. When the leagues that you look at that have been through the test of time, the NFL and the CFL, in their 25th year, it was difficult to get any information. We live in an age that it's easy to get information, and that's great. And that's an important thing. So we think we've done a good job. Our third year back from a hiatus, this was our year of the fan. And many people have made interesting mincemeat of all the interesting challenges we had this year. Once again, I'll say, the best thing we could do for our fans is that we brought our sport back, and we owe that to our owners and our players and our coaches and our corporate partners. And the fact that we went through this season and we completed another season, our 25th, I think is testament to it being the year of the fan. We took great steps and have come a long way. We have miles to go. There's a lot of things that our owners are discussing today, and we have so much that we can't get it in one day. In another 2 weeks, we'll have 2 days of meetings, and we'll be discussing an awful lot of things. We'll be discussing at these board meetings an international initiative. We have a partner who's one of our owners in our league who has great connections, business relationships overseas, and he's asked us to form AF International, and we'll be doing that today and moving forward under his direction and leadership. And that's a great thing, because we need to keep working on our foundation here. So by having a partner take that endeavor and move forward, that's great. We have a lot of broadcast opportunities. We have a great partner in NFL Network. We hear often, why don't we have more of our West Coast teams, particularly Arizona, San Jose, Utah, and Spokane. We had one game each from Spokane and Utah. However, we never were able to have San Jose or Arizona on. And people say, well, that's not fair. The league's not doing a good job. Well, that would necessitate those teams starting at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and they choose not to. And we don't force a team to do that. Yet we had probably more games broadcast regionally by our teams than ever before. Both those teams did a great job in broadcast to their fans. San Jose did their road games. So their fans that weren't able to travel with them on the road got to see all their great games back to San Jose. Arizona had probably one of our best regional broadcasts. I got the opportunity to see a great number of them. But we have some opportunities, even as great as NFL Network has been for us. Great partner these past 3 years. We need growth. And so we're exploring with a lot of help from Anthony Herron running our media department, and other people, our owners as well, who are in the business, and Neil Pilson, who's a great broadcast consultant, opportunities for other weekend nights as well. We know that. However, now's the time to do that. It wasn't the time to do it before. People have heard me say this before. We needed to crawl before we walked, before we ran. And we're going to start to walk. We're going to get up on our feet and we're going to start to walk. But we can't do it faster than is the correct way to do it. If we do, we'll repeat history, and we shouldn't do that and cause ourselves some difficulty. We managed to take care of every issue that faced us this year because everybody banded together. That's players, coaches, staff, owners, banded together to culminate this week in this great championship game. I think that tribute has to be paid to every component of our partnership. And it is a partnership across the board. Avite came on during some trying times this season. And I think that's a testament not only to Avite's desire to be with us, but to what they saw in the league. They saw a great organization that's dedicated to its fans, to its players, its coaches, and its communities. And they wanted to be part of that. How many business entities do you think would have decided to join an entity that was going through some challenges? Avite did that. Sheridan, who was a host here before, welcomed us back with open arms. This is a community that has done more than just open their wallet and buy tickets. This is a community that's opened their hearts and let us in. Evidence, as I said before, by Wendell Pierce, by the wheelchair basketball game that's going to go on, and other things that are going around the community. Had great opportunity to meet a lot of people, and the mayor's staff. Everybody has welcomed us here. And I think that that's an important thing to remember, is why we do this. If you look at our business cards, we tell people to look at the back of our business cards. Our mission statement is more important than what's on the front. Many people make light of the fact that we don't live up to our mission statement as well as we can. It's been a difficult time bringing our league back. And I think I beat on it all the time, but I think it's important. Because of the dedication of our owners, our players, our coaches, our fans, our corporate partners, we're back. We're here. Are we going to do the best we can? Absolutely. Are we going to make mistakes? I don't know anybody who doesn't make mistakes each and every day. We're going to do the best we can to continue to be putting on arena football games, the most fan-friendly sport. And it is the most fan-friendly sport, and it's evidenced by what we do. This game is going to be here on Friday night. Tremendous amount of work has been done by the local staff, augmented by our great league staff. In the old days, we had 58 league staff. We have 12. We get an awful lot done. We've got great owners who are dedicated. They're here in town. We decided to have our owners' meetings this week, knowing that everything else was going on. I implore you to come talk to them. They'll tell you what they think. They'll tell you why they're here. We've got an awful lot of initiatives going on by the board. We've been directed to give them a proposal as to when we will return to a development league. We need that. A lot has been made about players coming from all walks of life. Our coaches are out to get the best players possible. When we had AF2, a development league, 40-some% of the players from our league, the AFL, came from the development league. Not having that, coaches need the availability to find players from wherever. Not unlike the NFL or the CFL. You find players from any place you can. The moon, well, only if Mr. Gingrich will allow you to go with him to the moon. You can find them on the moon or other places. We will continue to strive to find the best. And it's evidence again. I think the Voodoo had 3 players just signed the other day, 2 yesterday with the NFL. Our players' contract says if the NFL wants them, we're going to drive them to the train station, we're going to drive them to the bus station, we're going to put them on a plane. Our league is a league of opportunity. But we have many dedicated players who this is their career. Aaron Garcia will be the first one to tell you he loves this league. Nick will tell you the same thing. It was great inspiration to have them both on the stage last year talking about that. We've got 2 great quarterbacks today. A little different format this year because of practice times, etc. But when Dan gets up here, you'll see the enthusiasm from him just as well. Look at the coaching staff from both sides that we have here playing in this game. Great experience in arena football. That says volumes. Why are they still in arena football? Because they love the game and want to give back to the fans. I'll conclude with another thank you. I need to thank our staff. Our staff has worked really hard. Thank you again to the Voodoo staff. You see in front of the curtain, you see the swimmer on top of the water. just moving along smoothly. What you don't see are all that's going on behind the curtain, working really hard to get everything done. You don't see the legs kicking unbelievably hard underneath the water, and the staff doesn't get thanked, and I'll keep thanking them every opportunity. Someone puts a microphone in front of me, thanking Dan and Doug for the great leadership with the Voodoo in having the game here and wanting to show the fans across the league what the Voodoo stand for, why they're here, why they'll continue to be here, and why they believe in the league. Thank you. Appreciate it. Enjoy your time here in New Orleans.